everybody. So here we go. We have a Dometic Brisk Air 1, which is the old style Dometic air conditioners. And customer went ahead and thought he had a bad air conditioner, so he ordered up a new one. We changed it out, and it turns out it's just a bad capacitor. So this is the perfect time to show you guys how to diagnose a bad capacitor. I have basically, over the years, from just working on different coaches, took the manual sealing assembly that you have inside the coach, then you take it here and you turn it on. And so just turn that into a manual control box. From there, an extension cord, plug it in, come over here. We got our plug on this guy right here. Take them, plug them in. All right, once you got it all plugged in, basically it's a sealed unit because the RV industry doesn't trust RV techs, which is probably good, to charge the air conditioning systems. There are no charge ports. So when they charge them from the factory, they go ahead and crimp everything. So the only way we can check to see what this thing's actually doing is by checking it with amperage. So you're gonna need an amp clamp, or for the most part, you turn this on here, go like, and that's basically the compressor trying to kick on and it'll shut off. Or if it tries to kick on, it pops the breaker right away. That's usually an indicator that you have a bad capacitor. Worst case, it's a bad compressor, and then you gotta replace the air conditioner. But that doesn't happen as often as the capacitors. So today, we'll show you guys how to fix a capacitor. Get your amp clamp. You wanna turn it right here to, this is an AC-DC amp clamp. So right now it's on DC amperage. I'll hit select, put it to AC amperage. That's what we want. And then all the RV air conditioners are basically the same. You're gonna have a red, a white, and either a blue or a black for the compressor. And that's the color wire we're looking for, is the blue one. So we take our amp clamp, make sure it reads 0. We'll go ahead, we'll slap it on there. So hopefully you guys can see that. See what happens when I try to turn this on. You can see it's pulling upwards of 70 amps. And then that's way too much. The compressor's not gonna kick on. So it'll try that again and let's see what happens. There we go, tried it again. Pulled 70 amps and it kicked off. So we'll shut that off. We wanna unplug it because we don't wanna have any residual 110 going in there. And if we come over here, this is where our capacitors are hidden. So we'll take this guy off, and voila, there's our capacitors. And if you look, this guy's all busted up. So when in doubt, capacitors basically are just battery banks that store energy. So we want to discharge it just in case there's any residual voltage in there. So what I like to do, I'll take my voltmeter to ohms and just set it to the beep. Little something like this. And from there, you just want to touch everything. So I just touch all my different prongs and ground them out. First I touch them all to ground, and I touch them all to each other. When in doubt, touch everything, man. Just a double, triple, quadruple check. Okay. Moment of truth. No. Ooh. But look at that guy. Definitely seen better days. So that's one way to know if you got a bad capacitor. This is what a good capacitor looks like right here. We have our capacitor, and then this is what they call the PTCR. I couldn't really tell you. Some coaches have them, some don't, but for the most part, you always want one. If you don't have it, put it on. It's not gonna hurt. If anything, it lowers the amperage and keeps the amperage low when the compressor's running. Then for here, you're gonna have this guy on the top's gonna be the red, and then the other guys can be the white or a yellow if it's a Coleman. You'll have red and yellow or white and yellow. Here, it's just the plastic that's burnt, the wire, that's all good. If it is, frayed, you can see the wire anywhere, then definitely replace it. This guy, it's just ugly. And then when we go on to our run capacitor, because this is our start, which starts the compressor, and then this is the run, which keeps it running, and then also has the fan going. So for here, take our red, put it on red. Okay, get them all plugged in, and then just gotta kind of tuck them in there again. Make it look all nice and pretty. Make sure nothing's grounded out, nothing's gonna touch the metal. From here, I'll go ahead. I don't like any wires to be, not a fan of wires, metal going over wires, so let's tuck them underneath. Got them all packed up in there. Nice and pretty, nothing's grounding out. Put them, let's go ahead and try it. We gotta set our voltmeter, or we gotta set our amp clamp back to amperage, over to AC, put it on the blue wire, clamp it there. See what we got. Fire in the hole. Cool. On startup, it pulled about 25 amps just for a split second. That's okay, and then it dropped back down, running at 6 amps. That's great, because right now, it looks like a beach or a desert, but in all reality, we're inside. Let's try it in for you guys. And it's probably about 80 degrees in here. So 6 amps, 80 degrees, that's great. It's only pulling 6 amps. It's cool and nice and good. The way an air conditioner works is that it takes this air right here, which is our inside ambient temperature, it sucks it up through this radiator right here. This is the evaporator that gets nice and cold. Sucks it through it, chills the air, and then blows it out down underneath nice and cold. So the intake vent basically comes up, goes through, gets cold, and blows it out to cold. So this is our evaporator. This is what gets cold, and then our condenser is what gets hot and blows the heat out. So just in case you guys had a heat pump, it takes your air conditioner and runs it backwards. So instead of cold air here, hot air there, we go hot air, cold air out, hot air in. So it just runs it backwards, you get warm air inside. That's how you diagnose an AC start capacitor. This is a Dometic air conditioner, but like I said, it works the same for the Colemans, or God forbid you got a Furion, or if they're still out there, the Carrier air conditioners. So thanks for watching, subscribe, we'll see you next time.